ATINY, let's get real. Why do we keep running back to the very bias who wrecks us the most? We scream, I can't do this anymore. But then one fan cam drops and suddenly we're on our knees. Have you ever sworn you were moving on from your bias, only to run back like nothing happened? Let's look into your unhealthy attachment. Seonghwa, the silent knife. Seonghwa doesn't wreck you loudly. He does it softly. He'll just look at you, and suddenly you feel seen in ways you didn't even ask for. Do you think like he's undressing you? Like even through like an old fan cam? Let me think of one. Answer was a really good one. Wonderland, those ending fairies with him, just the eye contact is penetrating. Anyway, that gentleness cuts deeper than any sharp word ever could. And here's the twist. You could protect yourself by pulling away from the softness. But let's be honest, you like the sting of being undone by kindness. And Seonghwa is like the epitome of that. This man looks crazy soft and warm, like especially when he has the bobas out. And then in a split second, he goes demon. Like the duality needs to be studied. When Seonghwa dropped the behind the scenes photos from Lemon Drop, he decided to create a carousel of destruction on Instagram. The last two photos were of him coming out of the pool. And this was a shot like taken from far away. Then he went in closer. We're like, sir, we can see the chocolate chips. I'm done with you. Never mind. And then I was like, sir, I'm done with you. But I don't want to get any further into that. But let's just circle back to Seonghwa and how unhealthy it is that you are into that. Well, we're into it, baby. And here's the twist. You could protect yourself by pulling away from the softness. But let's be honest. You like the sting of being undone by kindness. And that's one of the crazy things about Seonghwa is that he does have this duality about him. And sometimes you don't know what you're going to get until it happens. And that's why he's a part of the demon line. I mean, one second he's very soft and fluffy like a baby bunny. And then the next he's like a snake, a siren, like he's coming for your soul. It's really a test of strength being a shine star. And if he's your wrecker, just boost him up to bias. Just give up. Just give up. That's what I did. Just surrender to the wah. All right, answer this. Do you fall harder for the ones who hurt you with tenderness or fire? This is a hard one because, I don't know, I feel like I'm on the cusp. What do you want? Really? Just drop it down below so I can read it. And just when you're wiping your eyes from Seonghwa's softness, why are you crying? What did he do? He made you see stars. Anyway, here comes someone who tortures you in a completely different way. Hong Joong, the architect of agony. Hong Joong doesn't just wreck you. He builds your destruction. His lyrics, his speeches, the way he sees through your chaos. Because he says the things you didn't even know you needed to hear. That is dangerous. It's like he's almost studying who you are as a person. And he's just finding those gaps where you don't even see yourself. And he starts filling them up. Ooh, he's filling up your gaps. Okay, so you can just ignore that this man is like reading you for a freaking book. Just pretend it doesn't hit, like he doesn't know what he's talking about, but you won't do that. You will not do that. You need to do better. Because it hurts to be understood, and you secretly crave it. Like you want this man to read you like a book. You're like, I'm open, I'm spread. And he's like, let me dig in. That could be taken however you want. Be taken however you want. Anyway, I got a question for you. Who else has a bias that doubles as your unlicensed life coach? And don't say me. I feel like Hong Joong would have like a lot of knowledge to give to you because he's seen a lot of things, he's read a lot of things, he's very creative, and I feel like he would just take the time to learn who you are and how you just operate in this world. And you wouldn't even feel like it's intrusive. You would feel like, oh, this guy sees me, he wants to be a part of my life, and you would just naturally open up to him. But it's not safe to do that with any of these guys, especially with the next guy. So if Hong Joong cracks you open with words, the next one wrecks you by doing the exact opposite. Yuno, the sunshine ache. Yuno makes you cry because he's too bright. His hugs, his laugh, his entire energy. It's pure comfort. And then it hits you. Sunshine doesn't last forever. The ache of wanting to protect him, that's why you do sob when he cries. Like, seeing a sad Yuno is like the worst thing since sliced bread. I remember the last day they did Idol Radio, and he was just crying because like him and Hong Joong's parents called up to the studio and just gave them like warm words and things. The beautiful tears that streamed out of this man's face were just, it just touches you in a different way. And you want to protect this man so much. He's just so big and you want to like look out for him. And I feel like naturally that would trigger your protective state towards him. Like you would want to be his shield versus the other way around. And I think Yuno would be very receptive to that. Like now he has a place to rest. But I don't want to get like all deep into the psychology of things. But do you ever cry harder over happiness than sadness? I'm going to answer this. Yes. Whenever you're so happy, you're just filled with so much love. And you're just like, oh my God, this feeling of joy is just radiating through me. I feel like the cry that you're doing is actually very pleasurable. Like you're just happy to emit these tears. Like you're just overwhelmed. I could be wrong. Let me know what you think down below for you. And if Yuno wrecks you with light, the next one destroys you with silence. Yeosang, the quiet destroyer. Yeosang doesn't say much, and I've said this in multiple videos about him, but when he does, it lingers. He tortures you with stillness, by the way his presence feels like a secret only you get to keep. It's the ache of being noticed by someone who notices everything. And I think that would be a very powerful skill to just sit back, let everyone talk, and then you decide how you are going to approach it. It's giving that he's very methodical. And I feel like you would be really interested in that if he is your bias and or wrecker. Because much like the other members who look deep within you and who want to explore who you are as a person, this guy, Yeosang, is basically doing it all behind the scenes. And then he's going to spring it on you. You'll be like, oh shit, I didn't know you noticed that. And he's like, yeah, I noticed it. And you're like, oh my God, I love that. Anyway, you could beg for clarity, demand he say more, but he's not, okay? Just so you know. But you don't actually want him to. You like the chase. You like to be a secret, okay? The mystery is in the pain, and the pain is the point. You like to be edged. You like to be edged. And I don't know why you're like this. I really don't. Just like push yourself over it. Just take in the love and the mystery of it all. Just don't. Basically, do better. Do better. Anyway, would you lose interest if you finally spelled everything out? You better not do that to him. That's all I gotta say. I think if you do that, you's playing games with this young man. And I don't like it. I don't like this for you. I honestly don't. Okay, but like the quiet torture doesn't last long. Always remember that. It doesn't last forever, baby. Because the next member comes in like a storm. The beautiful Whiplash. San wrecks you by making you feel everything. There's one thing I want you to feel. The subscribe button, baby. Also feel that like button, baby. Don't you like it? Don't it feel smooth? Okay, anyway. Chaos 1 minute, devastating sincerity the next. He's the roller coaster you swore you wouldn't ride again, but you really would ride him like all the time. Have you ever seen his body rolls? Yeah, get back to the script. Well, yeah, okay. Anyway, but here you are screaming through the drop. Someone needs to monitor me when I'm writing all this stuff, but whatever. We're just going with it. No, we are. Yeah, we are. Okay, anyway, you could demand consistency. Like, San, just please don't put me on this roller coaster with you. Just don't. But like, part of you is like, yes, please. Please, I love it. I love not knowing what's going on with you, sir. Like, use a smorgasbord of confusion and agony, and I'm into it, baby. But would you actually enjoy it? Would you like this roller coaster ride? Would you? No. You like the storm because the storm proves he's real. He's not just sitting back, just going through the motions. Oh no. Sir is putting in the emotion. Y'all, that was deep. That was deep as hell. But let me ask you this, Puddings. Would you really want him if he didn't make you dizzy? I think you're playing games with him. I really do. I feel like you have an unhealthy attachment towards San and the other members I just covered. You don't think so? Well, that's because you're too deep in. You want him deep in you? Why are you like this? You're such a hoochie. Anyway, and speaking of dizzy, the next member makes you unravel in the loudest way possible. Fix it! Mingi, the unapologetic mirror. Mingi tortures you by being both loud and vulnerable. His confidence makes you wish you could live bolder, but his softness reminds you how much you hide. He wrecks you because he shows you who you could be. Just think about Mingi for a second, would ya? 6 feet, rapper, just bold and vibrant on stage. Off stage, princess, baby chick. Very soft, has a lot of financial advice. These two personalities are dueling all of the time. Sometimes it's very hard to figure out what side of Mingi you are attracted to, or is it just like the combination of those two things? These are questions you gotta ask yourself, Hoochie. Like, these really are. Remember, I'm not a therapist or a doctor. I'm just a delusional ATINY on the internet. Now, what you could do with Mingi is just avoid the mirror, because we all have duality within us. But I think secretly you want it. Like, you want all of the smoke. You want him to pull you out of hiding, even if it stings. And this isn't even anything aggressive. Like, he's coaxing you out of the cave of solitude. And he's like, there's a whole new world out. A whole new world. Like, there's a world out here for you to explore. Do not just sit back and relax. You gotta roof, fix on. Okay, got a question for you. Does it hurt more when a bias exposes your weakness or your potential? Again, this could just go back to the entire group, because they expose different sides of you that you get to explore or realize you never had. And that's one of the reasons behind this video, or these videos, this series. It's for you to feel more connected to your bias or your wrecker. But again, I'm not a therapist. No, I'm not any of those things. What am I? I'm not your therapist. You're just not listening. And if Mingi feels like a mirror, the next one feels like fire. Fix on! Wooyoung, the flirty pyro. Wooyoung wrecks you by making everything a game. Like, what game? Hide and go seek, heads up 7-up, tag, duck duck goose. I mean, like, which game? I don't know. He flirts, teases, pushes your buttons, but then sneaks in a softness that leaves you reeling. I bet Wooyoung does like the sweetest, cutest things as possible for you, like matching outfits, taking you out to dinner, all of the things. Like, you just fall for him so quickly. But ask yourself this. Is it real, or is it just play? I don't think that he would put on an act, but maybe in the beginning he would just have to woo you, no pun intended. He would just have to woo you so hard that you're just like falling for him so fast. That sounds like love bombing. Yeah, it sounds like love bombing, but he's not doing that. I swear. But here's why I think you're really into that sort of behavior. The not knowing is what tortures you the most. You're like, is it like, what are we, like, what is going on? And he's like, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe we're good. Do you think we're good? You're just like, oh shit, the mind games. Okay, but you could step back, avoid the confusion. Come on, do it. But you won't. You don't do it. You don't do it. You need to stand the fuck up. Anyway, the fire burns and you lean in anyway. Damn, you surely is a little hooch. Just weak in the knees. Stand up. Question for you, whammies. Would you enjoy him as much if he wasn't a little dangerous? I feel that you whammies love danger. You like to live on the edge. You like to be unpredictable. And even in your unpredictability, that's giving predictable. So you're almost like a walking contradiction. And I think you need to get it together. I really do. This is a phone call just between me and you. And I know you're like, Chris, you're talking to other people. But I'm not. Baby, I'm just talking to you. Just you, okay? So if you are into flirty flirts, that's totally fine. Because the final wrecking ball, solid, steady, unshakable. And since we're going in age order, I mean, it's just obvious who it is. Jongho, the heavy anchor. Jongho tortures you with strength. You're like, why can't I be that strong? This man seems like he has everything going on for him. Like, everything is just together, perfectly organized. And you're just like, how am I ever going to live up to that? Anyway, he doesn't wreck you by chaos, but by being the one you could actually rely on. And I think that's pretty dangerous as well. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's dangerous because you're like, well, Chris, you said I can rely on him and all the things. Baby, you might turn codependent. Yeah, you're always going to rely on him to be there for you, like in every way possible. You're like, that's good. Well, it is good. But baby, you're going to start losing your ability to do those things for yourself. You're just going to be relying on him. You want to hear more? Okay, here we go. And sometimes that safety, it makes you cry harder than the chaos ever did, because you're finally realizing you don't have to do it all on your own. Well, I guess now it's not codependent, it's just trust. Yeah, trust is good. Yeah, well, he earned it. He earned it from being there all the time. I don't want us to just talk amongst ourselves. Let me just finish this off, then we can get back to us. Yeah, okay, hold on. Now, you could deny it, insist you don't need someone that steady your whole life. You really do. You want someone who is steady. But the truth is, you ache for it. You're aching like it's pulsating. I know, I'm still going with it. Whatever. His strength reminds you how tired you are of being strong alone. And that's when we're going back to the codependency. Yeah, well, you don't want that. You both have to be equal in this partnership. You want to just lean on someone because you're ready? Well, it's giving mature. It's really giving mature. Let me ask you this question. Do you trust words more or the weight of someone who shows up? This is the hardest question to answer. Now, this is a hard one because a lot of us just want people to be able to read our minds. Now, this isn't possible, but you almost hope that someone has the ability to do that. So you don't have to say whatever the problem is out loud. Because sometimes recognizing what is happening to you, like you speak it into the world, sometimes can feel really heavy and just make you feel like, oh, I can't overcome this problem. I am second guessing things. And now you're putting so much pressure on yourself to figure out what this problem is. Now, just if someone could read your mind, you're like, oh, thank God, I don't even have to say it. Like, they get it. They understand the assignment. But even if he read your mind and he was able to solve all of your problems, what if he just showed up? What if he just showed up? He doesn't know you're having a bad day. He just automatically comes over with some snacks and a movie. And you're like, you know what? Maybe this issue isn't that bad because there is someone who cares about me in the world. And I'm not telling you to oh, I'm not going to think about my problems or anything like that. But sometimes we just need a soft place to land to know that everything's okay. Yeah, I know. I ended it off on a sweet note. Okay, yeah, well, we went over a lot today. And I hope that you were able to get something from this video. Again, I'm not a therapist or a psychic. No, I'm not editing that out. I'm not a therapist or a psychiatrist. I am just a delusional ATINY on the internet, and I love making these videos for us. They are for us because we are learning about ourselves through ATEEZ. Now, I don't know ATEEZ, you don't know ATEEZ, but from what we know of them, from what they show us, their personas give us this feeling of happiness. I'm so happy to know that ATEEZ exist in our era. So that's why I made these videos. Now, there are 3 questions down below that are pinned just for you, and I want you to answer them to the best of your ability. There's also a PDF associated with this video as well. Check out that link down below. And if you want to get closer to me and spend more time with some crazy ATINY, you can always join the Patreon and or the Discord linked down below. And don't forget, I go live every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Okay, so why do ATINY keep coming back to their bias? Even when it feels like emotional torture. Because it hurts, but it feels good. Oh, we're all freaks. Yeah, we're all freaks. And because deep down, you don't want the pain to stop. Don't stop. Hold on, I did it wrong. Hey, don't stop. Chin tight. I don't know the words. Anyway, final question to all of you. Woo, here we go. Do you want to be healed? Or do you want to stay deliciously destroyed? Leave it down below because I think you all like to be destroyed. Truthfully. And Elizabeth, if you were listening to the bottom part of this video, you let me know if you like to be destroyed. I'm going to say yes because this was Elizabeth's idea for the video. And Elizabeth, I know you're weirded out right now because it is breaking the fourth wall, but this was your idea of why we like being tortured by ATEEZ. And this isn't even the full brunt of why we like to be tortured by these guys, but this is the most PG version of the video. Now, if I was to say something a bit more spicy, we just love to be pounded out. Just pound it out and that, all right, I'm gonna shut up. All right, oh, there's a playlist up above just for you. I think you're gonna like the videos in that series. Go check them out, let me know how you feel about them, and I will see you very soon in that video. Yeah, I will. Okay, bye.